is Imani.
And my name is Suni.
And welcome home. You are now listening to Home with the Homies, a podcast where you, our future and potential homie, get to hang with us, the homies. Whether we play some games or just shoot the shit or solve the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle.
Whatever you need, you'll get it with the homies.
But first, it's bee season. So I have to ask, what Renaissance song are you today? Because you know, I'm feeling pure honey.
Okay. Earlier I was feeling a little thick. And it's not that I'm not anymore, but I feel more cozy.
I feel it.
It's cozy in the thickness, but that just means cozy. So feeling cozy today.
Yeah. I feel it. I'm feeling, pure honey with the prelude of like Cuff It. I feel like Cuff It is like my elevator music right now. When mind is trying to be quiet, it's Cuff It that keeps popping up in the back, just going constantly. Just different parts, different runs. It's just always on the mind. Don't even realize it. Cuff It has me cuffed.
Heard.
I am cuffed to Cuff It. That's that on that.
Word. Okay, so since it is bee season, I think we already know what the top 16 is, but what would you say is your top 5?
Top 5. I'm gonna give it to Thick because I truly do love Thick. I love how Thick changes. Like it starts really thick, just like slow, just you're winding it up, and then it gets jelly, fast, baby. That jelly. So I truly do. I love Thick. I love America's Got a Problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just think about the TikTok of you not seen this? It's this girl who is just like swinging arms so aggressively.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And just does it on like the 3-speed in the bonnet, and I'm like, I love it.
I always think about just her nose, the nose be getting me, just the no. Atlas sometimes will catch me like, am I doing something? I'm like, I'm not talking about that. No.
Sorry, Atlas.
3, 4, and 5 in no particular order. I'm just counting. Would be, I said, Cuff It, America's Got a Problem. Oh, Cuff It, America's Got a Problem.
There we go.
Thick. Pure Honey, because I love Pure Honey so much, and Summer Renaissance, because it makes me want to clap. It just comes on, and I just will instantly want to. Yeah. So.
Yes.
What about you? What's your top 5?
I'm gonna just go ahead and start with Summer Renaissance and draw a connection, because I just love the way the album makes me want to start over.
Yes.
So Summer Renaissance, I'm that girl, because then as soon as the album starts, I'm not gonna hit pause. And it's just like Beyonce is getting us all ready to be like, look, this is you. This is about to be the soundtrack for the rest of your life. I'm that girl. Yes. And then Cozy, because I'm that girl. Why do I have to? I don't got to do nothing but be me. Exactly.
Comfortable in my skin.
Love it. I took a nap to Cozy. It was just like me and Beyonce. Then number 3, in no particular order, is
it's so hard.
Okay, I'm gonna go with I'm also just gonna have to say Thick, because it's the only thing that's like screaming in my head.
Okay. I was like, I can go through the list. You got I'm That Girl, got Cozy, Alien Superstar,
No, not Alien
Cuff It,
Superstar.
Energy.
Nothing against Alien Superstar, but like just too much of it. TikTok has drained it from me.
Really?
And it kind of scares me a little bit. I'm imagining that when we get to the Beyonce concert, that's when aliens will actually start to like walk out onto the dance floor.
Yes, I agree. Like there's lots of fog. Lots of glitz and glam. There's things descending upon. We're invaded.
Yes, that's why they start off with the warning. They're just like, do not be afraid. They're like preparing you, so when it happens, it happens.
It happens. That's true.
Like hypnosis, Beyonce. Pure honey.
Pure honey.
For sure. Pure honey. Mm-hmm. Is that 5? Am I there? Cozy. I'm that girl. Pure honey. Thick. Summer Renaissance. That's the top 5.
You know, it's an ever-changing list.
It is.
Ask me tomorrow. Ask me in 5 minutes.
It's something different.
It's something different, always.
This is the loop that was just playing today. So.
All right. Well, since it's the start of season 2, you know, there's going to be more episodes, more guests, more games. Mm-hmm. But, you know, today it's just us. So what a perfect time to try out a new game. But first, after we tell you about Eat, Eat, Eat.
Eat, the game where you get to eat the rich and the fictional. Gather some homies and decide how you might want to serve up Frosty the Snowman, Burna Boy, and Betty White. The person who comes up with the best dinner party menu becomes the hostess with the mostest. And for $15, you can find out if that's you at omgstudiosphilly.com. That is omgstudiosphilly.com. Back to you.
All right, so we're back, and this is a game called Let's Talk About It. The game of possibly bad takes. So the way this works is I have this little pot here full of possibly bad takes, and we're going to take turns drawing from it. So you're going to take your possibly bad take, you're going to read it, and whether or not you agree with it, today you do. So you're going to argue about it like you really do believe in this. And this is a serious matter, so no smiling, no laughing. Because if you smile or laugh, you're clearly not taking this seriously, and I'm getting this point.
Okay.
But if you do take it seriously, I now have to respond. I have to debate with you, and I also have to take it seriously. Mm-hmm. And if I smile or laugh, I'm clearly joking around here, wasting our time. So you get this point.
Heard.
But, you know, if it turns out that I actually agree with you, I mean, like, I agree with you. I'm not going to hate, you know, so you get the point. But you do have the option of passing. So if you also, like, just cannot debate about this topic, hands down, Beyonce will never be overrated. I'm a pass. You don't get a point.
Interesting.
But I do. Mm-hmm. I have a point. Because, you know, I showed up ready today. So you can always just choose to be about it. Or, you know, nah, it's up to you. It's up to you. So, who would like to go first?
I think you should.
Okay.
Just so I get the gist of it.
Yes. So, I'm going to pull a possibly bad take out of here.
Heard. Also, where's the timer?
It's right here, Marty.
Oh, I see it.
I can make it more visible.
I will move this glass out the way.
All right. So, once I get it open. Water with no ice is better than water with ice.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. Because, you know, why does it got to be cold? That's not natural. That's against our actual body chemistry and anatomy. So, why must we drink cold water when that's not the way we would get it out of nature from the lake? If the lake was clean, it would not be cold. It would be like room temperature, unless, I guess it was winter, but everything's cold in the winter, so just be like that. But, you know, why not? Because that's the way it be. So I'm just saying, I think that's all I have to say on that. You know, I'm going to say that's it for my time.
Are you sure?
You know, I think it's an easy argument. I think it's an open and shut case. I think that, water with no ice, I mean, it just requires less work. It's like I only have to go get one glass out of the cabinet and then just fill it up with water. Why do I want to add the extra step to getting ice when it's just going to melt anyway? waste of my time. You know, I think that make life simple, work smarter, not harder. So truly, you're just working smarter, not harder, when it comes to no ice in your beverage. Save your waitress time, save your waiter time. You know, they don't need all that. They got a lot going on. So think about others. It's considerate.
And that's time. Heard. Okay. So now I must retaliate against this argument for water with ice. Okay. My first objection here is that there are some naturally cold sources of water. I don't know if you've ever been next to a glacier, but there are giant chunks of ice cube naturally made sitting inside of the water. And so you can easily just dip your container of water into the water and capture this nice cold scoop of water that could be clean, distilled, and served right up next to anybody who would like to partake. And it would be refreshing. It would help your body adjust to the natural temperature of your environment because you are in a freezing cold area that has giant chunks of ice floating inside of water. And so clearly the thing to do is adapt and make yourself amenable to the situation you have put yourself in. And once one does consume the cold water and become refreshed and rejuvenated, then they possess the power of enlightenment because they can think so much clearer now that they are hydrated, which is what the body needs. It is already 70% water and thus must be replenished constantly. And if you are now one with the cold, that means you are clearly a warm-blooded creature who would benefit from this environment. And that is my argument. And yes, stay hydrated. Yes.
That's why water with ice is more superior, because then you can get the power of enlightenment and be one with the water and the cold. Yes. But if the water is warm, you can't do that. Did you say it?
Exactly. It has to be ice cold. Glacier water specifically is what I'm getting at here.
You know, I think that the question was water with ice or without ice.
You know, that is water with ice.
Is it? Like when you scoop it from the glacier, do you got ice in the cup?
That is ice water. There is ice in the water.
There is?
Yes.
So you scoop it up and it's a cup, is water, and there's already ice in there? It's not just like a cup of cold water?
I mean, you could scoop up an ice chunk if you want. But also, when you drink in iced water, you're not drinking the whole ice cube with your gulp of water. You know, like you're drinking the water next to an ice cube that has just run over an ice cube.
Just ran over an ice cube.
You know? I'm like, cold water.
Okay, well, you know, I guess we both got through our argument, so no one gets any points. You gotta get your opponent better.
Heard. Okay.
All right, but it's your turn for your possibly bad take.
All right. Man, that was hard.
It is. Yeah, that's approximately like 2 minutes, I think.
Whew. Okay. Well, guacamole is the best form of avocado, and I have to disagree, or I agree. This is my hot take.
That is your hot take.
Guacamole is the best form of avocado. All right. Well, I mean, let's just go ahead and start thinking about what are the other forms of avocados that people even are eating. You got mashed. How many people are doing that? I don't know.
Isn't that guacamole?
No, it's taking the regular. Let me define guacamole as spicy avocados, an avocado celebration and mixture of flavors. My guacamole will have tomatoes, onions, cilantro, jalapenos, a little bit of salt, pepper, some red pepper, maybe some Creole seasoning. Depends on the day. Throw a little lime or lemon zest if you got it. But anyway, it just creates a mouthful of textures, temperatures, spices, and surprises. It is its own concoction, and that is why it can be served up along with anything. You could throw that on your eggs, throw it on your nachos, throw it in a burrito, on some rice, on some beans. Guacamole is the best form of avocado. Anything that is less than that is inferior. Like just the mashed avocados. You don't get none of those vegetables. You might add some seasoning, depending on who you are. Otherwise, what you gonna do? You gonna chop it up and then you just gonna lay it on top of some toast or just eat it like that? Again, you might add seasoning, but what about everything else? Where's the temperature? Where's the texture? Like, I don't know anybody that's just peeling avocados and just biting them like they're apples.
I'm just like someone just biting into it.
If you do,
that's chaotic.
At least tell me you put a little bit of spice on it. That's all I'm asking.
It's a boiled egg.
You know, my granddad used to eat a tomato with just
tomato.
Salt and pepper.
That's a tomato.
I know, but I'm like, you biting like an apple?
You can't. You know.
That's my argument.
All right. Well, I think you get the point. You got a good argument going, I guess. So I'll give you that point. All right. So we got Imani 0, Suni 1.
Whoop whoop.
Ooh, bad takes be. They're possibly bad takes. It just really
like, that was not a bad take to me.
It depends on what side you stand on. Yeah, that's all. All right. My possibly bad take. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Cilantro. Let's talk about it.
Period.
Cilantro.
Heard.
Let's talk about it. I think cilantro is wonderful. I love a nice little sneaky hint of cilantro when you take a bite of something and you're like, is that cilantro? I love that. I think it's delicious. Unlike so many of you poor unfortunate souls who have that gene that makes it taste like soap, I don't have that. So I get to enjoy the excitement of cilantro in my life. I get to appreciate it. I like cilantro lime chicken pizzas and nachos or burritos or pesto with cilantro or chimichurri. Like, I love it all. Like Homegirl says from High School Musical. I love it all. That's me, cilantro. I'm currently trying to grow some cilantro. So I'm on the side of Team Cilantro. I am Team Cilantro over here. Sorry if you don't like it because you can't eat it or it tastes like soap. That's horrible. That's tragic. I'm sorry. It sucks not to be God's favorites. But, it be what it be. Life ain't fair. So, yeah, cilantro, team cilantro, silly TRO over here. Cilantro is what it is. I like it on lots of foods, such as burritos, nachos, tacos, anything really that you want to, I can throw it in spaghetti. I think there's you can infuse it with something probably like an oil, like olive oil. That was a good carrier maybe if you want to spice it up. I don't know. I'm not a chef. I didn't go to chef school. But it's cilantro is delicious. And you should grow some in your backyard because it's good for your environment, I think. I'm not a scientist. I have a theater degree.
Word. That was honestly a really solid argument up until God's favorite. I'm so sorry because I am Team Cilantro, but I will have to defend those who cannot be Team Cilantro because of genetic makeup. It is not their fault at all that they cannot enjoy the cilantro, and therefore I would like to advocate that cilantro is the real devil's lettuce here, because it is a pleasure to some, and the rest of us who just don't even have the taste of it can't partake, and therefore would have to go against themselves, would have to step out of their own boundaries and comforts to indulge in the delight of cilantro that some people seem to enjoy and can handle. They're growing it, taking up space in gardens and communities to only serve some and not all. It feels exclusionary. Sorry. I was almost there. I was just trying to look out for
the real devil's lettuce. Yes. This exclusionary herb.
Yes. Who does cilantro think she is?
How dare you? How dare you depend on people's genetic makeup to be enjoyed? Imagine if all food did that.
Imagine me, a child just dropped off into this new world, right? In a family of cilantro farmers. And it tastes like soap to me. The whole house is just so full. Temple. Of cilantro scent. Everything I touch, it's probably on the tips of everybody's fingernails, all over the surfaces. If I touch my eyes, if I touch my tongue, anything you cook, it's going to have that cilantro tint on it. And it's just, oh my gosh, the child. Think about the children.
Save the children from cilantro today.
Don't let the children get a hold of the devil's lettuce.
Tragic. All right,
I guess that's a point for you.
I also laughed I laughed first.
Okay.
You get a point.
I will take this point.
All right. Cilantro is the real devil's lettuce. I guess that's a good argument, even though I set you up for it. But, all right,
I thought I was Team Cilantro until this day. I will still partake in the devil's lettuce. I don't have the soap gene.
I don't have the soap gene. Sorry about it. Yeah, you're right.
But for the rest of y'all, just know I'm looking out. Just let me know. I'll make sure to avoid putting it in your food.
All right, then. Okay, well, your turn. What's your possibly bad take? I think this is our last one, though.
All right.
We almost out of time.
Today's hot take is... I'll put my phone on focus. Ain't nothing taking me away from this argument. Money can buy happiness. Let's talk about it. Have you seen the stars up close and personal? No, because you can't afford it. If you knew what it felt like to truly escape the earth and know no bounds to your earthly problems, you too would feel liberated enough to continue the fight for the Space Force, space exploration, and colonization. That is what Jeff Bezos would say. And even though I am against imperialism, I do think there is some truth that this billionaire has found happiness in the stars and will continue to fight for that self-liberation. And I think that there are many people who can also benefit from seeing the stars and leaving their earthly problems. I think there's lots of hope that can be found in experiences that only money can buy. There are some beaches on the world that men have put cash registers on, that they won't even let you touch the sand, the waters to wash your worries away without paying a fee of $6.25, New Jersey. So I'm just saying, the state itself believes that they cannot afford happiness. They can't pay to fill the potholes on their streets without charging for the wonders that can free your mind. The things that the earth itself has in abundance. Somebody has put a price tag on because they know that if you had access to happiness, you wouldn't be doing the same things that they are asking you to do. So that's all I'm saying.
I know you said that, but I'm going to say money cannot buy you happiness. Let's talk about it. First of all, like, there are rich people out there who are very miserable in their lives. Very miserable, clearly. We see it all the time. They talk about, ooh, I'm so sad. I have all these things, but my feelings. Exactly. Your money can't make you happy. Because they are things. They're not real people. You can buy all these things and still have your problems. You know? You would think that maybe if you use that money to get some help, that would help you with those problems. But if you can't put two and two together, or maybe there's a lot of things in the way of you putting two and two together, you're not going to get there. So, really then, what's the point of the money? Because you have it and you're still sad. Money can't buy you happiness. You know what can? The people around you. The thoughtfulness of your time. Quietness. The things that don't depend on money. The real life tangible things that you can have without money. Like the fruit that grows from plants for free. The tree doesn't charge you $1.25 a pound to pick an apple. People do. Not the tree. I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was going. I don't know how I got there, but
I see where you were going, but all I keep thinking is poverty is a crime.
It is.
I'm like, the man who told me because I can't afford to eat, and me just taking that pear off the tree, said, why don't you go sit somewhere where you ain't got no distractions? Don't worry about your family. Don't worry about eating. You can just be happy here. Figure out what happiness means. And I'm like,
the system has made it so that money is the thing that will solve a lot of problems in your life that's leading to your unhappiness.
Yes.
But the way to get that money is to also be unhappy, possibly.
Maybe. I've also heard that happiness is not a destination.
It's not. It's a state of being.
Yes. A fleeting moment.
These are possibly bad takes, It really depends on the person that you are. Someone might read this and be like, this is a wonderful take. I am clearly not this person.
Guacamole. The superior form of avocado. I agree.
Truly, same. I'm like, avocados are, I don't know. I'm not really interested in, I guess, if it's diced up on something,
It's cool, but
it's not guacamole.
You ain't add all the jazz to
it. You did. Shout out to guacamole. Shout out to guac.
I'm like, just made me think about avocado ice cream. I don't know if you've ever had it.
No.
I see not. Pretty good. But also, it is a thick, cold avocado that they have infused other flavors into. I had a sea salt caramel avocado ice cream, and it was good because it tasted like caramel, but just was not ice cream.
You're very aware that's an avocado.
Yes. A hint of avocado behind this caramel. It's like caramel avocado. A good dessert. honestly, but you gotta be prepared for it.
That's true. You gotta be prepared for it, because I would be very sad, disappointed. If someone was like, "You want some ice cream?" and then they brought me out this, because this, although might be delicious, was not what I was expecting.
You're definitely gonna be eating it like, is it like a gelato or?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Is it a gelato or is it just like a frozen avocado?
Frozen, whipped,
I see.
infused.
Interesting. Okay, well,
try it one day.
Shout out to the avocado.
Yeah, and shout out to these hot takes.
Yeah, but that was great. I think you got that. That was pretty much you. Again, possibly bad takes. I didn't really agree with.
Sorry for laughing at some of your arguments. It's just these are possibly bad takes.
These are possibly bad takes. But let's take a break and then we can see what Fernando's up to.
Ooh, yes.
Do you love black things? Like black people, black art, and black writing, and black entrepreneurship, and just black things together in one book? Then you should check out, and take it out of the package when you receive it. The Book of Black Joy from 2022's Sheesh is a Blackity Black Joy Fest, presented by OMG Studios. This book is a collection of art from black people literally all over the world. We have people from Philly, people from Barbados, people from California, everyone around. We are representing the diaspora with this book of black joy that I personally think will, spark something in you if you look through it, because it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and it's only $45. You get 50 pages of this book for $45, right to your door, and you get to open it an unlimited amount of times and feel joy. And you support black people and black artists when you buy a book. So go to omgstudiosphilly.com and get your copy today. Tell them the homie sent you.
Well, welcome to our chat with Fernando. Fernando is the question pig that I got from UArts. Fernando's just like a little red piggy bank. At the end of my exit survey, they told me how much money I owed them and to start saving. Insert red piggy bank. And we filled him with questions instead. And we like to invite Fernando come chat with us for, just a little hang and see what's on Fernando's mind. So, Fernando, what is it that you would like to talk about today? Season 2, Fernando, what do we got? If you had to remove one color from the world, what color would it be? That is fascinating, considering...
That was so grim. First question out the gate.
Season 2. That's how Fernando feels. I feel like I've been learning a lot about where color started to appear in the world recently. Egyptian blue was the first time that people tracked blue in the world. Mm-hmm. And oranges were just referred to as reds. So really, I'm curious as to what colors we don't even have right now that we just haven't have words for. But to take one away, I guess I think we can lose as I search around this colorful room. We could lose a little bit purple in the world. Purple is a secondary color already. So it already takes a little bit of extra work to get to.
How often do you see purple in your everyday life?
I mean, visibly a lot. But I guess if I was made to choose, I think it would just evolve later. But for now, the world maybe doesn't need it.
I saw this documentary that talks about the way we talk about colors. It's in English, we identify colors. We have a lot of words for exact colors, mm-hmm. and in different cultures and languages, they don't. It's just dark light brown. You know, it's like
green.
Yeah, or they don't even have green. It's like earth, you know, and it's like, what's earth color? And earth color is anything that is the color of something natural. So like plant, anything like any plant color, any like flora color, it's like just automatically earth. You know, it's like the way we talk about colors. It was really fascinating because it's like, oh yeah, this culture only has 3 colors. And it's not like they only have 3 colors because they're humans. They see color just like we do.
Right.
See it just, but the way they talk about color is differently. But you know, I can go with purple. Like I enjoy it, but I don't know. I feel like if there was no purple in the world, I feel like it would take me a little bit to notice.
I agree. I think I'd be seeing like different shades of red, or different shades of blue, and just wrap them in those categories.
I'm like, if there was no blue in the world, you'd instantly like notice, like, oh, what's up with the sky?
Yeah. Why is it green?
Yeah. You know, no green in the world. It's like, oh, plants are completely different. That's just a drastic change. Purple, I'm like, I feel like it'd take me a minute. I'd just be out in the world and be like, oh, hold up. You know what color I haven't noticed?
It's so purple.
Purple. All right, purple, you gotta go.
Sorry.
Thanks for asking, Fernando. He would like to know, though, from me, if you could ask Beyonce to make an album for you, what would you call it, and how would it go? Wow, Fernando, you're asking me this during bee season as I wear my Renaissance shirt.
Fernando said it's season 2. I know what time it is.
Thanks, Fernando. If I could get Beyonce, that's really hard because I am literally grateful for every drop that woman gives me. I never have any requests for her. I feel like if I could ask and she cared about my opinion and was going to fulfill it, out of Beyonce, I want more. I don't know. That's really hard. I mean, she gives it all to us.
Yeah.
You know, I like more happy music, more upbeat, I guess. Like, but I want vocals. Like, I guess, like, I want more Virgo's groove.
Interesting. Okay.
I want more things that you can dance to while she is really singing down the house. I would call the album You're Welcome.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, grateful for any drop of anything that she even decides to give. Always.
You know, I too love Beyonce, but I love her versatility, and I want to continue to see it stretch. So I want a hardcore Beyonce rap album.
I thought about that.
Yeah, I want to see Beyonce like really try some lyricism and like see how much she can really spit for 16 tracks.
She could. She'd show right up.
I'm sure. So let me see it. And I guess, I don't know. It's like I would want there to be like some like rap DJ mix that I could just be like beats by Bay. But that can't be the name of the album. That just has to be like one of those DJ beat.
It's Jay-Z yelling like DJ Khaled over the track like
yes.
Every track you're here yelling. Yes.
He becomes the hype man. She's like, that's that jelly. Anyway, this is me. Yeah. Maybe I would love the album to be called Bounce. Beyonce's rap album, Bounce.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You know, thanks for
asking.
Yeah. Thanks for being present, Fernando.
Present.
Oh, but he said, is cereal soup? You know, I don't believe so, Fernando, because soup is a cooked mixture of liquids and bits, liquids and or bits, whereas soup is, cereal is a grain that you can add milk to. Some people do add water.
They have that cereal now where you can just add water and it becomes milk.
Oh, okay.
It's like milk powder in it.
Interesting.
And you just add water and stir it, and then it's like, there you go.
You know, maybe it is a good question as to like who first put milk on cereal. Like, why did this become a whole genre? But I still think it's that's why they call it cereal and not soup, because it is its own specific combination.
It's uncooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he there is cooked. Because I'm like, you're right. There are no uncooked soups.
Right. Nobody just letting it sit there.
All right. Well, moving on. Thanks, Fernando. All right. So Fernando asks, who is your queen? Beyonce.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like Latifah.
Sure.
Michelle. I'm like, Michelle is mom. Queen Latifah is just Queen Latifah, but I guess Beyonce is Queen B. Truly listen to her and Michelle.
Well,
there's mom and there's the queen.
All right. Well, there you go.
Queen Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Oh, Fernando, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Fernando wants to know, would you rather wake up back in high school knowing everything you know now, or wake up 20 years in the future? I'm like, and then stay in this timeline forever? Because then I think going back to high school would be the smartest, because it's like, all right, look, dog, you just gonna have to do these 10 years over again. But if you save this money, if you make these investments, you can do the same path. Just make a few small adjustments to set yourself up. Also, hey, you're gay. Get over it. Hey, your brain don't work the way you think it do, bud. I need you to learn. Get this information.
Get some self-truth in there real quick.
Yes. Hey. Move on.
Let it go.
We got it.
Yeah, you know, I hear it, but also I'm like, truly did not enjoy that time at all.
You know, I feel it.
So I'm just gonna trust that I got it and wake up 20 years tomorrow. Cause I'm sure in 20 years it's gonna be great. I'm just gonna have that faith.
Okay.
I got it. It's gonna be good.
I might be okay. I don't know where we might be. Lava World?
Oh, I mean, yeah, but if that's the case, like, that's just that on that. I mean, I will go back 10 years into the past only to get right back to Lava World. Like,
I guess you can be more prepared for Lava World.
I'm cool without living in Lava World. It ain't that deep to me. I'm good. If it's Lava World, again, I already don't want to live through the apocalypse. Ready to check out.
Heard.
So, yeah, I mean, it just is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll prep.
Nah. I'm like, no, this is not, again, this is the best is going to be currently. This. Okay. I ain't going to fight for less.
Every day is the best day is going to be currently.
Not during the apocalypse. There's a clear line of the good old days. During the apocalypse, that is a very clear line where the good old days compared to the apocalypse. All right. Can you do a cartwheel? In the past, I mean, I haven't done one in years. I don't know.
Really?
Like, yeah, I haven't done a cartwheel in years. If it's like riding a bike, sure, but I feel like body stiff. It might hurt. I'm old. It might hurt. But, you know, I once upon a time did have the ability. Maybe I still do. I don't know. I haven't tried.
I'd be cartwheeling all over the place.
I'm nowhere really where I can cartwheel.
I just do it in the middle of a room. I'm in rehearsal, I'm a cartwheel. If I'm in this class, I'm a cartwheel.
I'm not in big rooms. I work in an office.
Your office got space? Do you got a conference room?
No, it got a big old table and there ain't no space to cartwheel.
You got a hallway?
It's a building.
You be outside.
I guess I could cartwheel outside.
Cartwheel outside. First time I just randomly cartwheeled was at a Fat Ham rehearsal. It was just so much open space. Haven't been in open space in a long time in quarantine. So I was like, I'm gonna just start doing some cartwheels. Why not? And then I was like, I'm gonna just keep cartwheeling. This is fun. But you're right about that form because I'm like, legs be bent when I be watching my videos back. So
yeah, I haven't cartwheeled. Yeah, it's been years. I don't know.
I'm gonna work my way up to a straight leg cartwheel. But also, I'm a teacher. All the kids are really into cartwheeling right now.
Yeah.
So it's cool when I can cartwheel.
See, I haven't thought about a cartwheel in a very long time. So, all right then, cartwheel.
Yeah, cartwheeling on. These are gymnastic skills that we be forgetting that we just do. Anyway, Fernando wants to know, have you ever seen a bear in person? No. I have been prepared for many a bears. All the Girl Scouting and hiking and whatnot. I have been told how to prepare for bears, but never have I encountered one.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I don't think I've ever seen a bear with my own eyeballs.
I'm like, every bear that's coming to mind is on a video somewhere.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a bear before me. Okay, well, what do you do to make yourself happy when sad and depressed? Truly, I understand that, we're all different. And for me, when I find myself getting sad and depressed, I simply choose not to be. It is a very conscious decision that I have, and am very like, okay, well, I'm sad, cool, what am I gonna do about it? And then I work towards those steps. But I always acknowledge it first. Like, I'll take time to acknowledge it. But yeah, for me, I'm very much like queen compartmentalization over here. I will pack some shit away. And just work through it, keep myself preoccupied. But yeah, that's just my brain. That's just me.
Word.
Yeah. I'm very unhelpful.
I'm like me when I am sad and depressed. It'd be hard to tell brain to ignore all of those thoughts. They be real intrusive and real fucking loud. But sometimes I can dance and that makes it better, or at least gets me back into my body a little bit. Sometimes journaling helps because by the time I am translating all of the things, it starts to not always make sense. And then it's easier to go, oh, maybe not. Learned this new thought map that I try to think about is what are you hearing? What is the evidence that proves that this could be true? What's the evidence that proves it might not be true? What would happen if it wasn't true? And what would you do if this wasn't true? Would you like to try some of those options? And I'm like, By the time I get to the what's the evidence that it might not be true, it's a little easier to walk away.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm very much very solution oriented. So that's the thing. It's not so much of ignoring it, but just a matter of what are you going to do about it? And I think part of that is processing it, taking in the situation, understanding what's happening and how I'm feeling. Because also too, if you're very anxious and you have all these other things going on that will greatly influence, how you may be perceiving something. So lots of self-awareness, lots of journaling and things like that. But again, it's a very conscious decision for me still. It's very much all right, girl, well, what we gonna do about it, you know? And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, you know? And the do this could be, I'm gonna go to therapy, I'm gonna talk it out, I'm gonna do this. But it's, it's very much of a, like a, all right, what are we gonna do about it? But like, that's kind of how it's always kind of been for me, because my mom was so depressed. So I was always like the solution finder. And I think, I think that just is what it is. But, you know, I would say before I would not acknowledge it, I would just be like, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. And so the difference is now I will be like, man, this really sucks.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm still learning how to process things.
Yeah.
So, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge part of it. It is like, you got to understand what you're feeling.
Yeah.
To understand what's next. Yeah.
Being raised as a toxic male, have not known feelings.
Yeah.
You eat those. You can see some shit, and then you just gotta go, well, what's next? I know you almost got hit by a car, but like, I gotta get back in the house. So what's good?
Yeah. You know, you didn't. You almost got hit by a car, but you didn't. Just keep it moving.
So what's
yeah, you know.
This happened, but it happened. So what's happening next?
No feelings thought of.
I'll think about it later. You know, that's when all of the thoughts be climbing through, and it's like, But that's all right.
All right. Well, I think we have one more for Fernando.
What's good, Fernando? Fernando has said, what would you do if you had all your student loans forgiven? Part of me would say, let's go to grad school.
Right back up.
Yes. And the other part is like, I don't know, travel. Don't worry so much about saving and preparing for the next round, but take what you would have paid and put it on a plane ticket. Go explore and learn some other way.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would also be thinking about grad school again. Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, since that's done, I'd be happy. I'd be like, woo.
So money would buy you some happiness?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that part of my life, yes. One less thing to worry about, think about. I'm like, wow, maybe I can buy a house.
Yeah.
Truly, maybe I can buy a house.
It's wild to have grown up seeing people like do these life things that I will probably not know at the same speed. Wow, whoa.
I'm like buying a house in Philadelphia. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so much.
It is.
It's so much. It's so expensive. So expensive. But you know, you can move somewhere real cheap and get a house easy.
Yeah, just buy a plot of land, start building a tiny house.
Mm-hmm.
All these people I keep seeing on these daggone tiny home shows, and they're like, oh, I just started to teach myself architecture and, you know, found these milk crates down by the local grocery store.
Snapped them up.
Yeah, started to cut down some trees myself, built plants. Oh, I just found all of these branches and cleaned them up. Now it's my stovetop.
Yeah, that'd be wild. You know, I like have tiny houses for my Sims, and like those Sims, it do be cool because it's like, oh wow. When my Sims live in really huge houses, I just be like, damn, this house is so fucking big. Like,
yeah.
Trying to fill it up is hard because I'm like, it's already so much stuff in this house, and it's like the house is still empty because it's just ridiculously big. It's like, unless my son has like a large family, I'm like, why do you live in this giant house with you and your dog? You have 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 4 floors. I don't understand. But then it's like my sons live in a tiny house. It's just like, I feel like it's more personal to them.
Yes.
Because they have such a smaller space. It's cute.
I feel like all the tiny homes my Sims are in are like multi-leveled. It's like they're outside and then having to go to the bedroom up here.
Yes.
But so it's like you have a journey. Like you have space. It's just like more functional.
Yeah.
Like you have what you need.
Yeah.
But also, like, I just recently opened up my Sims game and discovered that a lot of the teens I had prepped for high school are actually young adults now because I had waited too long to buy the game. But so now I have like all these full young adult families living with their adults, parents, and these giant 5-bedroom homes. And I'm like, y'all are being taken care of right now. It's hard to move out. None of you have partners now. You're just now trying to find jobs.
Yes, it's so hard.
It is.
And it's like those entry-level jobs don't pay anything.
They don't. Everybody's starting these careers for like $14
an hour. Oh my gosh, coming home every day like, oh, I made $70. And it's like rent. You moved to San Myshuno and rent is like $500 a month. $500 every week.
That's why I turned my John on long lifespan now, because I'm like, Lacey and Red were in that apartment single momming it up together for so long with these rats and roaches just running around. The baby's sitting right next to the mouse hole. And it's like, we got to get you out of here, bud.
So I'm saying, builds character.
Yeah.
They have all these, like, they end up with so many skills.
They do.
Very handy.
I'm like, this is practical. You all will learn to grow out. I'm sorry you missed high school, but we're not going to college either. That is
I was like, they could go to college.
Money.
It is. But I've like, I will have them like in college for maybe just like 2 classes.
And that's it.
Yeah. And so it'll take them a minute to finish. Like it takes them a minute to finish college. But I'm like, I can't give you 4 classes because all you do is eat, sleep, breathe, school, college. And it's like your partner's sad because they don't ever see you. If you have kids, they're sad because all you do is do schoolwork. You can barely work, you know.
Yellow and her husband Reed was sitting here letting her go to school, live on campus, while he was taking care of all of the babies. And then on her graduation day, does she find out that her diehard husband has died because he grew old waiting for her to graduate, and therefore all of the children have now been lost to the foster care system because they weren't in her custody. They were staying with their father, and now she is sitting here boo-hoo crying on the island house that she had bought, waiting to move their whole family into with her daggone robotics degree.
That is so tragic. That is so tragic. Just sitting there with her diploma alone.
Yes,
sad.
yes.
Lost all the kids.
My husband is gone. The children are gone.
But you got your degree.
And then guess what? She died being electrocuted working on her robots outside. Oh, the tragic end to my rainbow legacy.
Wow. Wow.
And now your sister must take over and have 4 children because
someone has to do it.
Yeah.
You know, Stella Roy had like 13 kids trying to have her heir, you know. 13.
Yeah. That's a lot. This is a dedicated life.
Just saying, like, there is so many like families out in the world, like that's just related to her.
This is her world.
Truly. This is her, truly. All right, well, I think that's it. Thank you, Fernando.
Yeah, thanks, Fernando. What a great chat.
What a great job. If you have a question that you would like Fernando to ask us, tag us on social at OMG Studios Philly and use the hashtag #TheHomieFernando. And maybe he'll ask it on the show.
Yeah. Let's fill Fernando with questions.
But I think that's it. So let's wrap it up.
All right. Honk honk. It's Homie Don't Play That. For $15, you can head to omgstudiosphilly.com and find out which one of you and your homies is a clown. Homie Don't Play That is a game of adventure and improv. Draw one of our adventurous scenarios and decide if you could do that. You'd have to say with your whole gut if you would eat salami on pizza, if you would go 5 rounds with Abe Lincoln in a boxing match, if you could wake up with 5 roaches on your face every single day in exchange for living in a penthouse. If you can't say with your gut that you would do that, honk honk, homie, you don't play that, and you may become the clown. First to 3 unadventurous homie strikes is the loser. This is a game of making sure you are not the clown. So is it you? Is it your homie? Or is it the homie that don't play that? Come find out at omgstudiosphilly.com. That is omgstudiosphilly.com. Back to you.
All right. So let's wrap it up.
Yeah, but we black, so it's going to be another 15 or so. Plus Sailor.
He's saying wrap it up. he's telling you to wrap it up so you can give him pets.
I can touch you and talk at the same time, Sailor. You don't have to yell at me.
He wants all the attention.
Well, I'm not going to wrap it up any faster just because you want to go.
Yeah, he's
I'm
bossy.
sitting here all day.
Bossy. All right. Well, let's talk about some rosebud thorns.
Yeah, a rose for me is that I just opened 2 shows. So we got Songbridge, a 1-person show about transforming and healing through a journey of self-discovery, movement, and poetry led by Matthew Armstead. You can check that out at Cannonball, although it will have passed by this episode. So, go look at the
hopefully
photos.
You made it. Yeah.
And also behind this episode, but in the current time, will be Town, a community adaptation of Our Town at Theater Horizon. Yeah, some cool liberating theater. Yeah. What roses you got?
Roses that I have, honestly, dog, even though I haven't fully processed it yet, it is still something I'm looking forward to. But, finally seeing Frank Ocean. Mm-hmm. God willing.
I feel it.
Everything goes right. Nothing happens. I'm supposed to see Frank Ocean. I'm supposed to. So, I look highly forward to that. In my immediate life, a little bit closer, a little bit sooner. I don't know, new things. It's fall now. We're heading into a new season. Mm-hmm. So I feel like just everything's warming back up. I'm in class. Killing Darlings is starting. There's more OMG things happening. Just the start. I don't know. This year been a rough one. So as we finish up this third quarter and head into the last, I'm truly here for the ride.
Yeah.
Here for the ride. That's it. Here for the ride. What about some buds?
What's budding on my playlist is, I got a date this weekend.
Hey.
I've been talking to said person for a little bit now.
Yeah.
Good conversation and about to do some putt-putt and food. So I'm
oh, that sounds cool.
I'll just have a good time regardless.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to happy hour tonight, so.
Woo.
I'm excited. I haven't been out to happy hour in a minute. So, looking forward to that this evening. And some thorns. I'm working a lot, and so I'm tired.
Me too. I'm 2 shows at once could have been Rosebud and Thorn.
Yeah.
But I'll say more of the Thorn is COVID is still alive and well.
Yes.
Please stay masked up and
wash your hands.
Boosted.
Because
we lost some players for our show, and I'm that's so sad.
Especially with school starting up, people just get sick when school starts to begin with.
Yeah, and that's what's really we do the show on the front lawn of a middle school.
Stop it!
Are you eating the hair?
Yes, he eats his fur. It's
Dog,
not good for you.
why?
Stop that. Probably anxiety.
Go drink some water.
Yeah, truly.
Just because I wasn't petting you, buddy? I'm sorry.
Hopefully we'll fix that soon.
Okay.
That's the goal for Tuesday. All right.
It's all right, Sailor.
Sailor got some thorns, clearly.
Yeah. But, shout out to doctors. Shout out to vets. Shout out to everybody who joined us last season. We had the homies Devin, Dominique, Reva, Taylor, David, and Josh. And also a few other homies who will be featured on blooper episodes.
So check that out whenever it drops. We have hella bloopers.
Yeah, shout out to Aunt Parker for editing all of those episodes. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to you, homie, for hosting, producing, creation.
Same. Shout out to you. It takes a team. It be a lot. So shout out to the team. Shout out to the growing team. Shout out to Fridays.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sun. Shout out.
I wish the summer never ended, but I'm glad that the sun sticks around.
Yeah, same. I love summer so much. Favorite season. Do not really enjoy fall, winter. But this summer was quite hot.
A nice summer renaissance.
It was very warm summer, hottest summer thus far.
Was so excited. I was outside all the time.
Yeah.
Summer camp.
Bacon. But, heat wave is past. Anyway, announcements.
Yeah. OMG Studios will be doing a reading of the second workshop for our TV Guide Festival. So if you remember, we are workshopping some episodic theater. We got 3 storylines that all morph into one, like a giant Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. But it's OMG.
It's the crossover event.
It is. Reading 1 will be available coming up in October. So if you didn't get to catch it, because nobody did,
you're in luck.
Yes, we have expanded the team. And so shout out to the in-house editor, Zoe Scruggs, for finally getting this virtual reading together so we could share it with y'all.
Yeah, also the new homie editor. So shout out to Zoe for editing this episode as well. Many thanks to you.
Yes, and be sure to check out TV Guide Workshop Part 2, only available in Philadelphia, November 18th.
Grab your tickets on the website, omgstudiosphilly.com. And then before we go, do you have anything that you want to get on a soapbox about? Any last thoughts, comments, concerns?
Thank you, Queen Beyonce, for this summer soundtrack.
Shout out to Drake, too.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, Drake, for being a great feature on the Beyonce summer mixtape. And, be kind, be courteous, and be good community members. Please always look out for all of your homies, even the homies you don't know are homies yet.
Yeah, everyone is a potential future homie.
For real. Treat them like one.
Yeah, saying be kind. Always. I think that's all I really have is be kind and mind the business that is yours for real.
Protect the youth.
Yeah. If you see something, say something. And I think that's it. That's it for the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, catch us next time.
Yeah. See you.
See ya.